Greetings everyone, this is Alt Lexington continuing my levelling of my Agent of Yesterday. This is part 14 and the next episode on the list is Temporal Ambassador. That's the episode where you get a free ship as a reward for playing it, and that ship is an Ambassador class starship just like the Enterprise C from the TV show. It's been a few days since I've played this character because I had a little break and was distracted by the Arena of Sumpec event, so I need to familiarise myself with him again. So I will see what kind of build he's rocking at the moment, which is good. Yes, he's still using his heavy escort with its cannon build. Everything seems fine. And he's got some skill points to use. So where will we put those skill points? Well, it doesn't really matter this time because we can retrain later on once we've leveled up a bit more, so it doesn't really matter where I'm going to put these skill points. Now, the captain abilities unlock at level 25 and we should be there by now since we're level 30. After 25 points are spent, the captain abilities unlock. We're captain now, so we should really spend them. How many points have I spent so far? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 points. So I've got to spend another 3 points in order to unlock the captain level, I believe. So I've got to think about where I want to spend them. Shield hardness. It's difficult to know. I've already maxed out most of my weaponry. I think I'll put another intervention maneuver in for now. Because I don't want to be too squishy while leveling up, and I will get to retrain at some point. And might as well do a bit of shield hardness while we're at it. And now that unlocks the captain abilities. These are important, but so are these. I think we'll start with targeting. Because that's the most important due to the fact that your weapon's strength drops off over distance. And the drop off is greater with the less accuracy you have. And it's unlocked one of these. We can either go with threat control or hangar weaponry, where we're a tactical officer, so we're not likely to run carrier ships. So threat control is... oh no, sorry, I was reading the wrong one. It's sector space speed, travel speed, or transport cooldown. Well, in case we ever one day want to do Tour of the Galaxy, we'll go for sector space speed, because transport cooldown doesn't make much of a difference. And we've got a ground point to spend. And we're maxing out weapons first of all. And it unlocks the melee combat skills for ground, Furious Footwork or Fatal Fists. Fatal Fists reduces enemy resistance, and attacking when you go to 20% run speed. I think speed is more important on the ground than anything else, so I'll go with speed. We don't have any extra traits or stations or reputation yet, so can't fill any of that out. The gear we've got isn't better than what we're already using. Actually, that looks better, but it's disrupt resistance. We're not going to need disruptor resistance much more because we're coming to the end of fighting the Klingons. So I'm thinking this shield or this one might be better. I haven't seen a paratronic shield, but we won't change our space gear until we get into space. You can see the stats. Right. My ground stats aren't very good at the moment. You got a few more, another one of them to put on. Always good to put on those consumables. That shield looks a bit better than what she's using at the moment. And I think I'm going to give it to her. And I know the next episode will be fighting Folians, and this gives Tetrion damage resistance, so it's a good thing to have. Which means this character has already got a better shield. So let's see. This shield hasn't got as much capacity, but it does have extra ability, so I think I'll finally upgrade her shield as well. And then for the next most important ground character, put that one on. Yep, what I usually do is I choose my most important ground character and upgrade their shield, and then hand me down all the others to my next characters in order of importance. I mean, she's my tactical ground, that's where she gets the best stuff. But this one is the one I like best because she's really aggressive, even though she's a scientist and not tactical. And now to my characters that aren't part of the AOY missions. It's better for her. No, we haven't got any better armor right now. Now, where did that shield come from? I'm not really looking too closely at what I'm doing because it's still just the leveling up process. Oops. I'll save that large hypo for myself if I ever need it. If I get a stack of them somewhere at some point. And as for weapons, we've got a nice one here. Not as good. Exactly this. Oh, crit D is better. She'll stick with that weapon because she kind of likes it. I like seeing her firing a minigun. Which means he can now have... Oh, he'll stick with what he's got for now. Well, that's clearly going to be better than that. May not be better, but it'll do. I think that's all we can do for now. Just clean up a bit of the mess. What's this? Interesting. I think we'll save that for now, for later use. Might be better than the weapon I'm actually using as my primary. But I kind of like having an old style phaser as my primary since I'm a temporal agent. I'm not building for damage at the moment, I'm building just to survive the episodes. I'm not really paying too much attention. So we're good with that. Got some officer assignments I can do. And we opened up the third slot. And the good thing about doing these projects right now is that there's an event on at the moment that gives you added R&D expertise or experience or whatever it is. Added R&D experience. So to open up the next school, we've got to raise any 3 schools to level 5. Well, let's get engineering going so we can catch up with them. As if we've got the officer. See, normally this is 6,000, but because it's an event, it says 9,000. There's a weekend event going on. So I do 3 engineering ones to hope that engineering will catch up with these eventually, and then I'd be able to get them all to level 5 to unlock this. And duty officers, let's filter for ones that meet requirements. We've got 21 completed, so let's collect all of them. And look at this. Your considerable accomplishments acknowledged. Espionage rank 1. We've gone up 1 rank in our what looks like espionage school. Here we are. No, there it is. Which means we can select a duty officer. But I don't collect these duty officers as I get them. I I just saved the commendation, these things for when so they can stack them up, so I can get a whole load of when I've got plenty of these points.
Congratulations, Captain.
And look at that, I just went up to level 31 and got a duty officer. So let's see if level 31 gives us anything. Duty officers awarded. I only seemed to get one, didn't I? I think so. And at 32 we get Captain Space Ability Threatening Stance. No, we didn't get a duty officer pack. Even though it said duty officers awarded, we only got one. Why? Oops, wrong button. Mostly holograms. Useless. 20 passengers. Right, let's just start some more of these officer assignments. Just make sure they don't cost me any EC. Doesn't matter what I do because I'm just trying to level up the commendation schools. There's a lot of tactical ones there. Since I'm a tactical officer, I might as well get them done. Trouble is, doing these assignments might lock up my duty officers for active space. So when I get another ship, I might have a duty officer that I can't use on that ship because he's already doing an assignment. Looks like we can't do any more. So now all that's left to do is check my inventory. Refined Olympian, 45,000. Remind myself what space skills I have for a cannon build. Everything's good to play the episode, I think. Ah, there's the new duty officer thing that I got from the commendation school. Hail Starfleet. Federation Captain Duty Officer Pack. Collect. And there it is in my inventory. Let's use it. I got 3 officers by the looks of things. Sensor officer, debuff target with sensor scan. Chance to shut down additional subsystems with viral matrix. Chance to reduce the recharge time when using subsystem attacks. Well, we're not going to be doing any of that. But it might allow us to do another assignment. I don't think I've got any assignment slots available. No, we can't. "20 in progress, 0 slots open," right? So we can't do any more assignments for now. That shield might be better on my ship. We'll have a look when we go into space. So let's do that. Ah, I think there was a reason I went to Space Dock last episode, wasn't it? To see if I could get that new ship. So let's go back onto Space Dock and check these ships. I can't remember whether I already claimed that ship or not. So might as well just check while I'm here rather than rewatching the video. Maybe I came here to remind myself to check to see if I was worthy of the new ship that comes with level 30. Oh, but I think I got the ship early by a bug or something. It would be a captain rank ship. None of them. Ah, exploration cruiser, tactical escort, long-range science vessel. I think the long-range science vessel was from a pack I bought from my other character. The tactical escort, I can't remember whether I paid for that. That would be part of the pack. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure whether these are reward ships or ships I've unlocked because I bought them on another character. And I don't want to use ships that I bought on another character. Besides, we might not have a ship slot available. Let's have a look. Ah, we've got 10 active ship slots available. Let me just, a quick way to find out is to, right, you get your first ship when you first join the game. You get a new ship, and you get your ship when you get to level 1. And then you play until you get awarded a new ship at level 10, which would be that one. And then you scroll through until level 20 when you get that one. And then you scroll through to level 30 when you get this one. I think I got that one by mistake early. I chose one that I bought on another character, and I should have chosen this one. So I think I've already got my captain level ship. And I think it was this one, because it's better than the one I'm in. Because it has an extra console slot. But I think I'm going to stick with the one I'm in. Hang on a minute. Before I make that decision, we'll check the captain level ships. I am entitled to a Galaxy class. Oh no, not a Galaxy class. It's these three. Not that one. So is one of these a level 30 ship? They're captain ships. 4 forward weapons, 3 aft weapons, whereas my current ship has 3 and 2. So yes, these do have more weapon slots. 4 and 2, 3 and 3. So I think I should really get another ship. Well, I don't want the science vessel because they're never that good. The exploration cruiser is for engineers, and that would be pretty good because I like this ship. I know from my main engineering character that it's a good ship. However, a tactical escort might be more suitable for the character I'm using. I just want to look at the stations and see. 2 tactical stations, 3 tactical stations, 2 tactical stations, 2 consoles, sorry. 2 tactical sounds good, but on a science vessel you suffer a power loss as a result that you have to make up for. Tactical ship, you get more tactical consoles, but that means less other consoles. Whereas a science ship, you get less tactical consoles, but more other consoles, but you have to make up for the power, the lesser weapons power. And for the cruiser, it's got 2 tacticals. I think the cruiser is the good idea for this level. But I'm going to go with the tactical escort because I'm a tactical character. It's not optimal. You've got 3 tactical slots, which means 1 less other console slot. So the science, you get 1 less tactical, but you also get a weapons power, less weapons power because of all your science, the abilities you can use. So you have to make up the weapons power by taking up some of these slots. So that's science is out of the question. Engineering, you'll get the full 1 weapons power, and you get the extra use of slots of other console slots, so that you don't have to make up power with, like you do on the science. Tactical, you'll get the weapons power, but you'll be even more power with a tactical and no extra console. So that would be the wise choice, but I'm going for this one because I'm in a cannon build. So buy ship. So who'd have thunk it? I'd be getting a new ship in this episode. Well, we knew we'd get a new ship. We'd get the Ambassador class, but who'd have thunk that I'd get an additional one as well? So my current ship is the Stitching Time C, so we'll call this the Stitching Time D. Done. So we didn't spend long without the Kira class. Now we've got to ready the ship. And I don't like the way the gear automatically transfers over. I think that's something to do with my HUD. Move equipment to newly readied ships, turn that off. So it won't happen again. Because I don't like the way it happens. It messes with your inventory arrangement. But it's helped me out for now. It's put... Did that come with the ship? Because I don't remember having it before. Which is fine by me. But we won't put the build on so much until we get out into space. But we can put this stuff on, and notice we get an extra bridge officer seat station. So since we're doing a cannon build, we need an officer that can do cannon scatter volley or rapid fire. Let's see what she's got. Oh, I haven't trained any skills in. I like rapid fire, but it goes after one enemy, not multiple enemies, so I think scatter volley would be the way to go. And attack pattern omega increases. Increase firepower, debuff enemy, attack multiple targets, heal facing shield. That's good. Now if I look back at my skills, did I put on any torp skills? Yes I did. So here we look for an officer with torpedo skills. That's got one, but we've got another officer we could choose. Now we've got both scatter and rapid now. But we wouldn't need both. I'd rather go with a torpedo skill. But then that means I've got a useless beam overload. I could go and buy another skill to train them, but I don't really want to do that because that would mean using up energy credits for a ship build that on a ship that I'm not going to be using for long. I'm only going to be using this ship for one episode, so because after that I'll be using the Ambassador class. So it's a waste of time changing that for something better. Maybe if I put that officer there, let's see if they've got anything else that's... Ah! Now that's interesting. I've got torpedo spread there and torpedo failure there. That's not attack pattern beta though. check my inventory for torpedoes, because I could put on a torpedo build just for a laugh. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. Forget cannons mostly. Put on torpedo for a laugh. Anyway, engineer is a no-brainer. Weapons power and reverse shield polarity plus engineering team. Science is a no-brainer. But we haven't got hazard emitters, so we do a tractor beam instead. We could go jam sensors, but I suspect tractor beam might be more beneficial for torpedoes, since I've decided to go with a silly ass torpedo build. Would be nice to have a tack pattern beta here, since I'm not using a beam, but that means I have to go and buy a manual to train this officer in it. And I really can't be bothered to do that because I want to save my EC and I'm not going to be using this ship for long. So since that's going to be our officer layout, we'll put the gear on when we get into space. But for now we're going to choose duty officers and then put a decoration on the ship. We're looking for active space officers, which would be here. And since we're doing torpedoes, we're going to look for officers that, if I've got any officers that will help torpedoes. Chance to reduce the time to recharge torpedoes, we've already got one on there. And it's projectile weapons officer. How many of them have we got at this low level? Probably just the one. Yep. Just the one available. Probably got more, but they're on assignment. Improved ramming speed and well braced for impact is active. Plus turn rate and no self. That's not useful, but it'll do. We'll go through the colours and see what we've got. 2 uncommon of a chance to reduce the time to recharge when using subsystem targeting attacks. Additional subsystem 30 seconds when using fire matrix. Well, we don't have any of that, so those officers are useless. So the common officers are the ones we're looking at. Fire matrix, action beam, tricopole torpedoes. Well, we don't have tricopole, do we? I can do that in space. Change the officers depending on what torpedoes I have. But for now, let's just customize the ship. Well, I suspect if we change from Defiant to any of the others, it might cost. Huh? Really? Changing the skin isn't going to cost? Then that looks good. That's boring. That's interesting. That's funny. But I'm going to go with that. That looks really good. I'm surprised we get that for free. Bridge layout. We'll stick with current one and make it small, so we don't have to run around when we're inside the ship. Windows. Where are the windows? There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Having 3. And whole material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 7's clearly the best. of course. And we'll choose a pattern for the saucer. It's not really a saucer though, it's the deflector that's changing. Change the hull. I don't like the shadow. It should be on, when you're customizing your starship, you should have a spotlight on the starship to light it up so you can see what change, the full effect of the changes. It's too dark in this customization window. So what do we start with? That's Aries, no Aquila. Aries. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. Aries. Centaurus. Columbia. Now that's good. Just go through all and have a quick look. Oh, I like that. I don't normally go for the boy racer stripes, but that looks good. Wasn't it Leo that I said looked good? Yep. So we'll go Leo on all of them. Because this is just a quick build, it's not a special build. Now let's change the actual colour itself. Do we want red, blue, purple, yellow? I like the blue. Start to look like something, but what if I swap them over? Change that to that, that to that. That's even better. That'll do. That'll do for a ship we're not going to be with for very long. Save the outfit. Probably come back and use this ship once I finish leveling up. But for now, good enough. Load it a couple of times just to make sure. And now we're ready to beam up to space. Put a shakedown cruise to the edge of the solar system so we can finish off the build. I know I waffle on a lot in these videos, but maybe somebody will get something out of it that they can make use of, some little tip or something. I don't claim to be a skilled ship builder or anything like that. I don't claim to know what I'm doing. But there we go. She's quite the beauty. Looks a bit aggressive. Fly out towards the sun where we can get a decent look at her and get away from all the other players with their buffs that can interfere with my ship statistic numbers. Very low profile on the forward and the back and the sides and everything. She would make an excellent cannon boat, but I'm going to piss fart about and do a torpedo build if I can. If I've got the right gear, which I doubt it very much. But for now, let's take off the default stuff. I mean, sorry, the stuff that it put on. And see what we can do and make a really poor torpedo boat. Just want to. Hang on, what am I doing? Rearrange my HUD a little. There. Okay, so let's do something completely nuts. Well, the harpoon, the hockaloogie, the harpoon. I'm not really looking too much at what the torpedoes do because I know I haven't got much of a choice on which torpedoes to use. I've just got to put on what I've got really. It won't be a full torpedo boat since I don't have all the necessary torpedoes. 369. I think I put those two on the backs and I don't have any others, which means I'm one torpedo short unless I go to the bank, which I don't want to waste time doing that. So don't have access to the bank here right now, so I'm going to have to put on something on the front for a bit of shield penetration since I don't have another torpedo without going to the bank. And this looks like it came with the ship, so I might as well put that on. It's damage times 4, which is pretty damn good. It's a quad cannon. I do believe that might be the only quad cannon in the game. I'm not sure. And on the rear, that's why I'm going off. I don't need that. And the only options we've got are these two torpedoes. These two crappy default ones. And as for deflector, engine, pretty no-brainers, same as what we had before. Ah, the shield, where's that protonic paratrinic one? That looks like the best one we've got so far. And I haven't used it yet, so I might as well. Well, I think I might have used it actually. This is not a brilliant build, not even close. Now, we don't have anything that increases torpedo damage. What did that do? Plus 15% bonus all damage for 15 seconds, 25% cooldown on tactical bridge officer abilities, 20% firing cycle haste for all weapons. What does that include? Torpedoes? The M6 computer, I know it's a good tactical console for burst damage. I could put on something better than that, but I want to use what came with the ship because it might be fun. This isn't a proper build. This is a fun piece of crap build. So let's see what we're working out with here. Engineering console. What's that do? Auxiliary power boost. That might be useful for torpedoes. We've got nothing else but armour, so we might as well put on a piece of armour. And we got new armour with our Agent of Yesterday reward from the last time we visited the last time we clicked on this. And we might as well put on the M6 computer. And then for here, we've only got the shield consoles, so why not? The two new shield consoles that came from Temporal Agent Pack, not Pack, Temporal Agent Reward. And for here, there's nothing but phaser enhancements, nothing to enhance torpedoes. So this is a tactically unsound torpedo boat. Our resistances are very low, and as a torpedo boat, we're not going to be running around quite a lot. So we might as well remove one of them, put the M6 computer down there, and put on more resistance. Because the torpedo boat won't be moving around much. Yeah, that's about the best we can do at this early level. And we go with the subspace for the cloak. And well, we might as well go with shield batteries. We could go with auxiliary or engine, but shield, I'm not going with weapon, because we've only got the phaser, and this has all these two envoys for that phaser. In fact, it might be wise to not use cannon. A beam might we've got beam overload on, have we? Do we have beam overload? Yes. We might go better with beam for this build rather than cannon, so we can take use of beam overload to help reduce shields so that the torpedoes can have a better penetration. So we're taking off that cannon, putting on a beam, I think. Because with beam overload we can do more sustained damage, which will help the torpedoes get through the enemy, but we haven't got a decent beam to put on. Might as well go with beamback since we're a forward firing boat, and it's better than these. Accuracy, grenade, just accuracy. Yeah, we put on the dual beam banks and their phaser, which is good for these. Now, energy torpedoes are boosted by tactical consoles, and plasma, it says kinetic damage. I thought plasma was an energy torpedo. Obviously not. It does have energy damage, but it was just energy damage, but apparently it's got some kinetic impact as well. It might be wiser to put the photons on the front. And put the plasma on the back. But we've already got a photon on the front. And it's not as good as the one, these common ones. But it's got crit damage. So it might be wiser to put a photon there and put this on the back, but I want to see it in action, and since I'm going to be facing the enemy more often than not, it might be fun just to have that on the front to see what it does, since I might not be firing the rear as much. That's if I'm fighting any enemies. I mean, I can't remember from Temporal Ambassador if you actually fight with the current ship. However, you just go into the episode and do all ground until you get the Ambassador class ship to fly on. Chance to reduce time to recharge torpedoes, turn rate, chance to reduce the recharge time for engineering, deflector abilities, which we don't have, accuracy after no, that's no good. Tricobalt torpedoes, we don't have tricobalt torpedoes, so that's a waste of time putting him on. Chance to double the number of boarding party shuttles launched with boarding party, we don't have that. Tachyon, improved repel for photonic shockwave. Do you get a photonic shockwave from that photon torpedo? I don't think so. I don't think it counts as a photonic shockwave, a photon blast. I think photonics is to do with particles rather than torpedo damage. Chance to recharge on whole heels. That might be better than the exotic damage or the deflector abilities. Yeah, I'm going to swap that out. Not that it'll make a difference. And we've already completed an assignment, so we can start another one. And there are more now that we're in space. At cost CC. So there's that one, so we won't do that. The idea is to save EC for later on, for much later on. Okay, there's my piss poor torpedo layout. So turn to do all this. So gentle viewers, if any, you're getting to see beam builds, torpedo builds, cannon builds. Hell, one day I may even try a science build on this when I get enough of the sciencey stuff, but that's the most expensive to do, because you have to buy training manuals and things. So let's see, how do I normally lay this out? beam overload more than I would fire at will. I believe. Emergency powered weapon should be down here, so fire will can move up there for now. What I'm doing with laying out my tools onto the tool tray is my own personal preferences. I mean, it's not wise to copy what someone does. It's best to lay out your tools however you feel best. Now, I like to compare these things to the other departments. Like Fire on My Mark is a tactical ability, and there's an equivalent science for a science character and an equivalent one for an engineering character. And tactical initiative on a tactical character is equivalent to an avionic version on an engineering character, or scattering people on a science character. So I'll put it where I would on my main character I'd have an avionic version here. But because I'm a tactical, I'll put the tactical equivalent here instead. The shield polarity, science team for the heal. Now tactical initiative, what's that equivalent to? Tactical initiative. Oh, whoops, I'm making a mistake. I read the wrong one. Tactical initiative isn't equivalent to an avionic version, so it's that one we want there. And that one we misread. Fire on My Mark. It's equivalent to EPS power transfer. So that would go there. Tactical team. And we've got our torpedoes here. So we're running out of space to place these things. Torpedo spread, torpedo high yield, and tractor beam. Now we've got a cloak. The shield batteries. Can run out of them pretty fast. Might as well stick on ramming speed. The M6 computer, I always forget that one. So move that down there and put on this. Normally here on my main engineering character I'd have Miracle Worker. Well, it's changed its name just lately to Miracle something. Miraculous Repair or something, I don't know. And when I level up a tactical turn, instead of putting Miracle Work on, which you don't have, I'd put on Go Down Fighting. What am I missing? This will be rather underwhelming, I should warn you that now, because we won't be with this ship for long. torpedoes left. And finally the weaponry in the correct order. Oh, I need that anymore. Harp hang. Dual beam banks. Plasma. Photon. Photon. And photon. There we go. What else? Now, here's where it gets interesting, because you look at how much damage each one is currently doing. Put the weapons full up, put the auxiliary full down, and then we'll have a look. 4,000, 2,900, 3,500 now. What if we go the other way around like that? Because I have a theory that auxiliary may be better for torpedoes than weapon power. 97, 973, 527, switch it back, 4,000, maybe not. It's hard to know, so let's put the shields down as low as they can, and the engines down as low as we can, lock them in place, and then the weapons up as high as we can. 4,800, 3,973, 5,000, 27. Let's switch them around. It makes no difference. On my main engineering character, when I put a torpedo build on him, I found it more beneficial to go with no weapons and more auxiliary. So that's a 3,679.4. Lower it. Raise that one. 3,679.4. So it's the same either way. So we rebalance. We put the weapons all the way full up. Put that full up. Put it full down. It makes no difference. So I go a full phaser power. Yeah, because on my engineering character, I put on a torpedo build, looked at the numbers, and when I reduced my weapon power down and increased my auxiliary, the numbers were higher. But I think it might have been a trait that was doing it, so that's why it hasn't worked on this build. And that reminds me to look at traits for torpedoes. I've got a lot of traits here now. So let's see if there's anything good with torpedoes. Plus kinetic physical resists. No, that's kinetic resist, not kinetic damage. it doesn't look like we've got anything that will increase torpedoes beyond what we're already using. Plus rescue and go down fighting, but we don't have go down fighting yet. Well, at least I don't think we do. I haven't seen it. No. Your critical hits reduce your target's accuracy. Increase ship weapon accuracy. Well, that's going to change to beam anyway. I think that's the best we're going to do for now. Not a lot else we can do at this level. So I'll say declare victory and move on. Now we want to click the weapons in order we want the ship to send power to them, because there's a diminishing return with power levels. So start with the beam, and our big damage to is the half pang by the photon. Since we're going to be firing forward most often, we do that, and then these two are the same, so it doesn't matter which one fires first. And then we standard. Wait the 15 seconds, save to unstandard and wait the 15 seconds. I just want to check this again to make sure I'm not missing any. I've got everything on. You don't have to put everything onto your toolbar, but I do, just out of being an idiot. There, I said it. So I think we're ready with our extreme low budget torpedo build. Well, it's not low budget, it's no budget. It's a free to play torpedo build that probably won't work. And let's hope we get a chance to test it in Temporal Ambassador. If not, we might keep the ship going for the following episode. But I don't know whether we're going to be doing a lot of space episodes in the next episodes that we do, because Temporal Ambassador is our next one on the list, which I've already got queued up here. And then we go on to Yesterday's War. I thought it was Iceland, but no, it would be Yesterday's War. Anyway, for now, let's do this episode, which means going out into open space. Nice screenshot just there. Now we check again to see if the loadout has held. Yeah, which it has. Go to Azure Nebula. Auto navigate. You can choose to transwarp. No, thank you. I'm not paying for a taxi service I don't need. Our silly ass, no budget torpedo build. That we probably won't get to use because I think all the next episodes are mostly ground. Just looks good though. It's a long old journey to get to Azure Nebula, and we got a couple more assignments complete. That's good. We get more colonists. They're good for donating to fleet projects. Oh, and we just updated. Oh no, we crossed to another system. They keep changing because we're crossing from one sector to another. Secure heavy turrets, that's good. Doesn't cost EC either. And we complete another. Anyway, let's forget officer assignments for now, for the time being, while we're waiting to go to Azure Nebula, which is a long way away. And I haven't got quantum slipstream. As long as we're still on course.
On a remote world, scientists are adapting Borg technology to suit their own needs. A Federation crew, caught in an impossible situation, fights to survive. But help may not arrive in time. Who will heed their desperate call? In their anguish, the Romulans could cause a greater tragedy than even they imagine.
Thanks for that, Mr. Spock. Always nice to hear from you. And the data recorder has recorded that. So I can play it back at any time. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Guess I'm getting a chance for a bit of nicotine. Yet every moment of this character's life will be caught on video. Warts and all. Even the boring parts, which is most of it basically. I just hope I get a chance to use this torpedo build at some point. Or make a better one later to use. But for some reason I seem to recall that the next few episodes are mostly ground and there won't be a chance to use it. But at least those of you who are interested have seen a no budget torpedo build put together. That probably won't work. Very beneficial, eh? Right, we can stop here. A Class 11 nebula comprised mainly of oxygen and argon with traces of beta, xenon, fluorine and beryllium. The Azure Nebula was the site of an encounter between the USS Excelsior and a battle cruiser commanded by the legendary Captain Kang in 2293. The Excelsior escaped by lighting the volatile beryllium gas, destabilizing the Klingon ship. Recent Folian activity in this region has uncovered a series of subspace corridors throughout the nebula. These corridors may lead to other regions of space or even other dimensions. So, this is the nebula that was used in the Voyager episode where Janeway mind melded with Tuvok, and Tuvok showed her the story of his time on the Excelsior during his first Starfleet career before he went back to Vulcan and got married. Anyway, begin Temporal Ambassador at last! We've only been recording for an hour and a half. Captain, Starfleet Command reports that a space-time anomaly has been seen in this area of space. With the Folian activity in this region, they wanted us to check it out and see what we can learn. I have it on sensors, sir. Locking in coordinates. And there it is. Well, let's go and try and catch the anomaly. I don't think we get to shoot. That was odd. I'm no longer detecting anything in front of us, but I am picking up a similar or possibly the same anomaly at a new location. I've updated the coordinates on the map. Okay, and where is it? Oh, I'm forgetting. Starfleet officers love to scan. I'm loving the original series effects on these things. Like the original series scanning animation. Yep, got to collect all these R&D things just in case, because if I don't use them I can always sell them when I've got plenty. I've got a stack of plenty of them. And there's the anomaly, even though it says 0 anomalies in the area. 0 scannables. Yeah, this character isn't about speed playing, it's about enjoying the game and all it has to offer. It happened again. The anomaly has jumped to a new location. It can't keep... Okay. There's no chance for dyslexic people to read these pop-ups. Only people who are good at reading can read them in time. And it's moved again. Not again. Science team is working on extending active sensor range, Captain. New coordinates locked. Somebody's got a pick lock. And there's an Ambassador class ship. Whoa. Scan anomaly. Oh, this is some good scan. I'm a Starfleet officer. I love to scan. Yep, we didn't get a chance to fight with our Torpedo Build. Oh well, that's a shame. After spending all that time building it, what a shame. Freighter Stitch in Time D requesting permission to dock at Folian Base. What the hell? Permission granted. You are authorized for docking Bay 3. What the hell? Stitch in Time isn't a freighter. Stitch in Time is a torpedo boat I wanted to use. It's not a freighter. What happened? Why am I suddenly a freighter captain carrying a weapon in a concentration camp? Better hide the weapon just to be theme. Check in with Franklin Drake, the Section 31 guy, is he? Federation engineer, Franklin Drake.
Do you have a question?
Well, not with that tone, I don't. Tell me about yourself.
My name is Franklin Drake. I was born on a little colony After the Federation fell to the Klingons, a lot of people moved out of the war zones to try to make new lives. It worked. For a while. When the Bajorans discovered that wormhole and the Dominion invaded, no world, no matter how remote, was safe. I signed on to help fight the Dominion, for all the good that did. The Dominion swallowed the Bajorans whole, and then joined up with the Breen and the Cardassians to destroy the Klingons and the Romulans. After that, it was just a matter of carving up the Alpha Quadrant.
Wow! So, there is no Federation anymore. And I'm afraid of Captain all of a sudden. And the Klingons have been destroyed as well. So it's a Cardassian Dominion Breen alliance in charge. And the Romulans are gone. So no more Klingons, Romulans, Federation. Now it's Dominion Cardassian Breen.
The Tholians got this piece of space in exchange for signing a non-aggression pact with the Dominion. It wasn't hard to see that the only way to survive was to sign on. Now I'm like you. I work for the Tholians, and in exchange I get a cot, a couple of replicated meals, and the chance to live for one more day. With a little luck, I'll get through tomorrow, too.
Yeah, well, no need to moan and grumble about it. You're still alive.
Do you need anything else?
I'm back with the Tekasite shipment.
Thank you, Captain. The Tholian Assembly appreciates your loyalty. So many ship captains threw away their lives needlessly in the days after they annexed this area of space. It'll take a few hours to offload your cargo. Feel free to grab a hot meal in the commissary. I know that comforts can be hard to come by in this sector. I recommend the plomeek soup. It almost tastes like something.
Ah, very funny.
Do you need anything else?
Not from you, I don't. Get some food in the mess hall. Let's talk to this engineer first. Hang on a minute, I'm scanning. There's something over there. But I can't get to that. Why are you waving at me? Talk to engineer.
Listen closely. We don't have a lot of time.
It's Nolly!
Coming out of a neural mind cloak. It was necessary to establish your cover identity with the Tholians. That identity is now being replaced by your own.
What? Explain yourself.
My name is Noi. Like you, I'm from another time. A time traveler. I was a researcher on a prototype time ship when the Dominion found my homeworld. Their invasion was swift and merciless. They slaughtered millions, including my wife and unborn daughter. I escaped in the Clauda, my time ship. Since then, I've been looking for a point in time where I could make a change and undo this tragedy.
So, Noi hasn't turned bad yet at this time frame. But he is saying I'm in some sort of mind cloak. And that point in time is here now?
Yes. There's a ship being held here by the Tholians. If we can return it to its proper time, we'll undo the tyranny of the Tholians and the Dominion. We'll bring an end to decades of slavery and suffering. I'm not alone on this. Speak to Yar and Castillo. They know the truth.
So this is before Noi suffered his... Hang on a minute. I can't remember what he said. But Noi has not turned evil because there's already a bigger threat for him to fight. What will happen if I make these changes? Tell me about Yar and Costello. I'll consider it, Noi. It's a lot to process. Yeah, it certainly is.
My projections show radical changes to the timeline. The Tholians become a minor power. The Dominion is contained, but specifics are always very difficult to see. What you should be asking yourself is, could it possibly be any worse?
Famous last words. Yeah, for those that don't know, Noi is a... Well, spoiler alert, Noi is a bad guy from later episodes. And because we're a temporal agent, we get to see him before those episodes. Tell me more about Yar and Costello.
They've been displaced in time. They're from years in the past. They believe that returning to their past will prevent the collapse of the galactic powers that could defeat the Dominion. They seek to undo our tragic fall into servitude.
Oh, that's good. Alright, that's enough. I wonder if there's a temporal probe here, because I've just remembered that temporal agents have to get temporal probes. But that was a good surprise to see Noi there, cooperating instead of being all angry and nasty. More people to talk to. Who the hell are you? Stablin Blog, my engineer. Hello? You look familiar. So do you. Have you been in any other work camps in this sector? Tell me about yourself. I'm Stablinbog. I've been here for about 6 weeks now, working in the cargo bays. I'm pretty good at fixing things, even the worn-out junk the Tholians give us. So, he's been here for a while, even though he's my chief engineer that flew in the anomaly with me. So that temporal anomaly has obviously altered the flow of time, altered the timeline and sent us to a parallel timeline. One might even say a parallel universe, where the Federation has fallen. Titan, the leader of the new Romulan Republic, the first good Romulan to lead the Romulans in a long time. What's he doing here, doing menial tasks? He's like a president, or a prime minister, or a queen, or something. Dr. Titan.
Hello.
One thing I've noticed about Titan in playing these episodes is he's a bit of a name dropper. He loves to tell everybody that he knows Spock and that he met Spock and things like that. I wonder will he mention Spock this time. Tell me about yourself.
For all I know, you could be informing on me to the Tholians. But if I don't answer, you'll probably tell them I'm hiding something.
Yeah, well, that's just the kind of arsewipe I am.
My name is Titan. I was born on Romulus. After the war, I signed on to a freighter crew working the Bolian run. My captain got in trouble with the Tholians, and I ended up here. I'm a true and loyal servant of the Tholians, and I don't want any trouble. Now go away and leave me alone. I have work to do. Don't bother me.
So, he didn't mention Spock. Maybe in this timeline he never met Spock, and Spock never inspired him to go against the Romulan Empire and form the Romulan Republic. Go against the Tal Shiar. So what now? No more people to talk to in there? This is the wrong way. I just wanted to see if the door opened. I'm just going to check one of my settings to make sure I am playing anonymously. Good. That way I won't be bothered by anyone who logs on. Get some food in the mess hall. I'll have feline supplement, whatever it is. Whatever number it is. Even though I'm not a cat. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah, finally, I get to scan something. Fleet officers, we love to scan. It's like an addiction. I still haven't found any temporal probe if there is one. There's people to talk to here, but I think we get to talk to them later as the episode progresses. So we We'll just order the food for now. Give me some grub. What's up with my hands?
Haven't seen you around here before, Captain.
What's up with my hands? In that cutscene. They went freaky there. So, Richard Costello wants to talk to us, the guy from the Enterprise C that Tasha Yar fell in love with. Talk to Richard Costello.
Got a minute to talk?
Only if you tell me about yourself first.
Call me Castillo. Not a lot to tell, I guess. I'm Lieutenant J.G. Richard Castillo, Helm Officer of the USS Enterprise C, an unwilling time traveler. I'm normally the Helm Officer, but I'm Senior Officer now that Captain Garrett and the rest of the senior staff are gone. We've got to do what the Captain would want. Get us back to where we belong. And finish what we set out to do.
Okay.
I know this is hard to accept, but we're not supposed to be here.
Really? Did you figure that out all by yourself? I'm here.
I know.
I'm new here.
I asked around about you, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you this, but I need your help.
Right, I'm reporting
You're
you to the
not supposed be
Folians.
here. None of us are. Not in this timeline, I mean. My ship, my crew. We were supposed to do something important. We went through an anomaly, moved through time, and everything changed.
Changed more than you realise. But thanks for telling me. I'm going to go to that Folian up there and report that you're being disloyal.
We tried to go back. I guess the battle with the Klingons disrupted the anomaly. Instead of getting back where we belong, we ended up here with the Tholians running everything. I'd never even seen a Tholian before. You have to help us set things right. You have to help us get back to our ship.
But I'm a loyal member of the Folian Assembly. I like things the way they are. What are you talking about? Who is us?
Me and my crew. There are a little over 100 of us here, scattered throughout the work camp. We're about 65 years ahead of where we should be, according to my math. We were fighting the Romulans. This was back in 2344. And the weapons discharges caused a temporal rift. We passed through, and because we weren't at Narendra to do what we were supposed to do, the timeline changed.
He's not telling the whole truth. When he went through that anomaly, he found the Enterprise D. His ship found the Enterprise D where they acquired Tasha Yar, and then they went back through the anomaly, which probably sent them here instead of back to the battle. Back to the suicidal battle. Continue.
We ended up in a timeline where the Federation and the Klingon Empire were at war. The Federation was losing.
Ah, so he
badly.
is telling you.
We tried to go back to set things right. But then the Klingons found us in the Enterprise D. There's someone here with us from that timeline. Her name is Tasha. I'll take you to her. Maybe she can help explain this.
Maybe Empress Sela can help. Okay, follow Castillo. I can't remember. I set up a walk button before, but I can't remember which one it is. Give me a moment. I've got to remember what my walk button I set up was. Here we go. Walk is dot. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. Got a walk button. Do we have a roller skates button? I know we have a frosted boots button. Not on this character though. Talk to Richard Costello. Would he say the same thing again?
Call me Castillo. Not a lot to tell, I guess. I'm Lieutenant J.G. Richard. I know this is hard to accept.
He's saying the same stuff again. I don't know why that dialogue is still there. But let's talk to Tasha Yar. I'm an android. I hear you like androids. Shall we set it up to number 10 and have a go?
We need your help.
Okay, straight to the point. Tell me about yourself.
My name is Tasha Yar. I was Chief Tactical Officer of the USS Enterprise D. In my timeline, we were fighting a war against the Klingons, and I was proud to do my part to protect the Federation. What I learned, though, in the correct timeline, history as it should be, I died a meaningless death. I accepted the risks when I put on the uniform, and I don't regret what happened. But if I'm going to die, I want it to mean something. That's why I chose to go back with the Enterprise C.
So, the Enterprise C changed the timeline with its weapons fight, and now it's been changed even more. And she's from one of those fake timelines. The tangled web we weave.
I know this is a lot to accept, but you have to trust us. I'm from Starfleet, and if I'm right, that's a name that should ring bells with you as well. In an alternate timeline from this one, the correct one, Starfleet is still alive and well, and you're a Starfleet officer too. When the Enterprise C moved ahead in time, it created an alternate timeline, one in which I was alive but shouldn't have been. I left with the Enterprise to set things right. We thought we were returning to the Narendra system in 2344 to defend the Klingon colony there from a Romulan attack. We ended up in this nebula in 2409. The Tholians caught us before we could try again, and you can guess the rest. We're going to try to restore the timeline, but to do so, we need the Enterprise C. It's still in the hangar here, and as soon as we get back to her, we'll find the temporal rift and get back to where and when we're supposed to be. To do that, we need your help.
Okay, but let me add another wrinkle. I don't know if anyone's read one of the Star Trek books. I can't remember what it's called, but it said that anomaly wasn't created by the Enterprise C's battle with the Klingons. It was created by Q's nephew, Trelane. And there's a whole mess of other timelines involved. But let's just add in extra wrinkles. Count me in. What do you need me to do? I'm the friggin' hero around here. I could do anything.
Franklin Drake is already helping us. He managed to get an access key used to operate the systems in the hangar control room. We need you to get the code from Drake and use it to open the doors to the hangar control room. I'd go myself, but we've already been here a week. The Tholians know we're trying to get back to the ship. They're watching us. But you're new. They won't suspect you're involved. That's the idea, at least.
But if they're watching you, then they've seen me talking to you, so they'll start watching me.
Of course, it's not as simple as getting the code and opening the door. The Tholians have guards on all critical areas. You'll need to slip past the guards and get into the maintenance tunnels. From there, it's a winding maze to the hangar control room, which can only be unlocked from the inside. Once you get in, you'll be able to open the doors. We'll be waiting there to help you free the Enterprise.
I'll do it. What's next?
Here, take this communicator. It's on a scrambled frequency the Tholians don't monitor, and it'll allow me to contact you while you're on the move. Maybe you can convince someone to cause a distraction. That might make slipping past the guards into the tunnels easier.
Thanks. Get a key from Franklin Drake. Right, while I get this key, it'll give me a chance to talk to some of these other people as well that are around here. I wonder if this door is open from this side. Yes, it is. Wow. But before I do that, before I go to Franklin Drake, I just want to talk to the others that are around here. Or is it... I mean, I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk to these guys. Ah! It's Salmac, Obersek's son. Hello, Salmac. Is it too bright in here, by any chance?
It's too bright in here.
Yes, it is. That worked brilliant. I remember him from another episode, and he was always complaining about how bright it was. Yeah, and he spent the night in a cave with your character, and who knows what happened in that cave. What happened in the cave stays in the cave. Tell me about yourself.
Why would you care about me? No one cares about me. I don't even care anymore. Go away.
Thank you for that wonderful happy chat, you lovely person.
And leave me alone.
May I suggest hanging yourself? Put an end to your misery? And it's his dad, Obersek.
I will be free.
Yeah, you will.
My name is Obersek. Once my people served the Romulans. Now we have new masters. I will serve for now, because to refuse would be my death. But when the time is right, we'll rise up against our oppressors and destroy them. If you would be free, watch for an opportunity. The Tholians will show their weakness soon enough.
Yeah, Obersek Riemann, he's a good man.
Do not waste my time.
And he's got a sense of humour too, even though it doesn't seem like it. Oh, it's Captain Sean, the captain of the Enterprise F, an Odyssey-class starship, and Admiral Tenney, the Admiral from Starbase, what number is it, 24? 34? Something like that. So they're here too. Talk to Sean.
How can I assist you?
Oh, you're eager to help. In a place like this, you'd think it'd say, go away, instead of how can I assist you. Would you mind doing my work shift for me so I don't have to? I'm feeling a bit lazy.
I'm Valkel Sean, captain of the Belfast. I run freight for the Tholians. Basic supplies, mostly. But once in a while, they need me to pick up dilithium from the mines on Remus. We're in dock here for a few days getting some repairs done. Cut too close to the Konos blast zone on my last trip back. Ran into some raiders. They won't trouble anyone again. But they fused half my power conduits and fried the deflector before I managed to take them out.
He seems very chipper for such a depressing reality.
If there's anything else you need, let me know.
Go kill all the Tholians right now. Admiral Tenney.
Yes?
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Tanae, and for many years I served in Starfleet. After the war was lost, I joined a resistance movement attempting to liberate the core worlds. We failed. We were able to keep the Klingons at bay, but not the Dominion and their allies. After the Breen destroyed Earth and the Dominion occupied Beta Z, continued resistance was illogical. Against all reason, we continued our fight as our resistance cells fell, one by one. You might say I was one of the fortunate ones. I survived. I would not agree.
Wow, she fought the good fight to the very end.
Do you require anything else?
Cool, that sounds angry. Yeah, her logic is fracturing under the pressure. Talk to Ranjan Sky, in the normal timeline, he's the Cardassian ambassador. I think, if memory serves.
Have we met?
Yeah, you asked me to fetch you some Cardassian, some Durance Canar or something, I don't know.
You're just asking to be polite, aren't you? I find idle chatter so tedious these days. Still, it's a way to pass the time. My name is Rugen Skyle. I used to be a member of the Cardassian government until I had a conflict with a rival faction. Politics on my world can be quite cutthroat. Now I'm here. It's better than execution, but only just. The food here is terrible, and the company is worse.
Oh, what expect? 5-star hotel.
Another question?
This episode is good because all the characters in this episode, some of them you've seen before, but others you haven't, but will in later episodes. But they won't be prisoners in those episodes. They'll be back to their normal positions. It's like foreshadowing. Ah, it's Morn. Hello, Morn. How are your brothers and sisters doing? Tell me about yourself. No? Okay. Tarsi, my tactical officer. You look familiar. Yeah, I've seen you around. Weren't you one caught cheating in the Tongo game on Drusana? Heard that Ferengi has his Nausicaan buddies break your arms. How long were you out of action? Tell me about yourself. I'm Tarsi, but most people around here call me Chief. I do a little bit of everything. Security, shipwork, cargo hauling, anything that pays and will get me to the next port. Okay, Tarsi, that's my tactical officer. We've already spoken to Obersec. I think there was another guy in here to talk to. Before we progress the mission. Wasn't there 2 other guys? Yeah. Here we go. Hang on, there's 2 guys. There's one up here and one down there. Let me just have a look first. Yeah, it's him. So who's Neelan? Where do I know him from? And why does he keep moving? I can't remember which part of the game he's from, but I know he's from something. Talk to Neelan.
This place isn't what it's supposed to be.
Can you tell me what is supposed to happen?
I can't see it clearly. I just know that something is wrong. That woman over there, does she have a daughter? Someone named Sela. I know that's important, but there are a lot of other things. I'm sorry, it's difficult to put into words. What I can tell you is that if someone asks for your help, give it. That will set things right.
Okay.
Something's not right here.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Neelan. I'm an Alorian. Some people would call me a wanderer. I go from place to place, listening to the universe, to the people, and then I look at you and this place and I can't explain it, but it's wrong. All of it. You're not supposed to be here. None of us are. Something's not right here.
Now, I know he's in other parts of the game, but I can't remember where from. Which is bad of me because my fleet is in the Novacron Intelligence Armada, which was started by the Alorian Society fleet, and he's an Alorian, so I should know that. But I can't remember. Talk to Farrick.
You looking for something?
Yeah. I'm wondering why you're wearing clothes, because Ferengi women aren't worthy of the honour of clothes, and I'm feeling the height of perversion to take them all off. Tell me about yourself, and why are you working? You're not allowed to earn Latinum.
I'm Farrick. Wheeling and dealing is my game. At least it was, until the webheads put a stop to any trade that doesn't benefit them. Still, I know how to get a few things. You looking for bonus replicator rations? Maybe a bottle of authentic pre-war Romulan ale? If you've got something to trade, I've got what you need. Hey, I got things to do here.
That's the Ferengi from the episode that goes into the Gamma Quadrant. We might see her again at some point, you never know. Because season 14 is around the corner, and I'm suspecting Dominion content. Maybe even Gamma Quadrant content, where she was last seen. Even though the player gets to decide whether he wants to let her live or kill her. Talk to Bavat, my enemy! Well, his older self is my enemy, his younger self isn't. He kidnapped the Cooper Mark in the previous episodes that we've played through on these videos.
What do you want?
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Bavat. Before the Tholians conquered the Empire, I was the leader of a great house. I sat on the High Council and spoke for the Empire on more than a dozen worlds. None of that matters now. The past is nothing to a slave. I will die here in service to the Tholians. Just like you will.
Isn't a captive Klingon supposed to commit suicide rather than remaining captive when there's no possibility of escape?
Ask your questions.
I have a question. Can I give you a good kick up the arse for all the trouble you've caused? Right, there's no one else in this room that we can talk to. No. Got to hunt around for that temporal probe if there is one. That door's always closed, okay. Scan. No anomalies. I'm going to check to see if there is a temporal probe in this episode. Oh, we went to level 30. We should be able to claim that. We did. We already did. Just checking if there are claimables yet. We should be able to claim this after this episode. Ah, here we go. Temporal agent. Join a fleet. Join any player-created fleet. Must be level 30 to claim award. Oh, claim. Ah, so when I sent myself a message to join my own fleet from another character, when another character of mine sent this character a message to join the fleet, it was before we got to level 30. So we didn't get an award for it, but now we did. And there is a probe in this episode somewhere. So where's the reward? Maybe we've got to close the inventory and open it again. Where's that reward gone? Ah, there we go. 5,000 fleet dilithium vouchers, I don't... No. Fleet voucher, 5,000 dilithium, yes. We've got 5,000 dilithium. 50 fleet marks. Where are they? Yeah, we got them. So we got the reward. $50 fleet marks and 5,000 dilithium. Fleet only dilithium for donating to a fleet. That dilithium is meant specifically for donating to a fleet. I can't donate it right now because I haven't got anywhere to donate it. Because I remember I set these projects up on my main character. Get key from Franklin Drake, that's the next step. And I'm going to go through that other door to get back to him. Just to be different. Woohee! Woohee! Same uniforms as from Brushfire, the latest episode. Franklin, have you seen a temporal probe around here? You're the kind of guy who should know that sort of thing. Give me the key.
I have a question.
Ja and Castillo said you have a key for me.
Take it. Here's a map, too. You'll need it in the tunnels. I'm not working with the big picture here. My records say that you're a temporal refugee from the 23rd century. Yar and Castillo are stranded out of time, too. Maybe together, you can put back something resembling a time worth living in.
Thank you. I'll take that. The risks now.
Do you need anything else?
Not from you. Where is the temporal probe? It must be on the Enterprise C or something, or in the tunnels or something. And there's no way out those doors. We're just exploring. The Folian office at 90,000 degrees. That's why the Folian isn't wearing his metal suit. Folians are hot. Not attractive hot, but temperature hot. And they have a shattering personality. So the next objective, convince someone to create a diversion. But that is normally the one who does it, I believe, if memory serves. So we've already spoken to everyone. So let's go and talk to Babette, see if we can get him to make up for all his crimes in the other timeline. I'm sorry about kicking you up the arse earlier, but do you want to die for me now?
What do you want?
Can I get you to create a diversion for us? We'll need to reach the control room.
I may be a Klingon, but I am not a fool. Kalis once talked about a man who stepped outside to battle a storm. Kalis went to this man and asked him why he didn't seek shelter. And the man replied that he would stand before the wind and make it respect him. Kalis honored his choice and went inside. The man died. The wind does not respect a fool, and neither do the Tholians. I will not commit suicide, so you can make a pointless attempt at escape.
Sorry to have bothered you. You're a real dick. In all timelines. I know Obisek might do it, but let's just talk to everybody to see these click away.
You looking for something?
See what they say. I convince you to create
Do I look
distraction.
like a soldier? I wouldn't take on those Tholian goons. Not even if you paid me all the gold for slapping them in the sector.
What if I promised you freedom and riches for the rest of your life equal to that of the divine treasury. Do you want to do it, mate?
This place isn't what it's supposed to be.
Nah, he's not worth asking, because there's no green mission progress tab. And he's not on the list here. We'll go to Oversec last. I know Sean might do it. He won't, even though he wants to die. He's not on the list either. None of them are on the list, but will one talk to me yet? No, not like at Deep Space Nine when he whiles away the hours talking to you. The Cardassian won't.
Have we met?
Can I get you to create a diversion for us?
What do I get for risking my life for you? Nothing, that's what. Not even a drop of Kanar. Find someone else to do your bidding, Captain. I don't take orders from anyone.
And no more Kanar for you. Now he might do it and Sean might do it. What about Admiral Tanay?
Yes.
No, she's not an option. So I'd like to talk to one and get a no before I get a yes. So let's talk to Oversec.
I will be free.
Not we all.
Your plan is foolhardy. If you want to die, do it without my assistance.
Sorry to have bothered you. Ah, so we did go through them all. So it is Captain Sean who will help us today. I've been in other episodes where Bavat has done it, and I've been in other ones where Oversec has done it.
How can I assist you?
This guy will help us.
I don't remember the Federation or Starfleet. The war was almost over before I was born. This is the only life I know. One of servitude, deprivation, loss. I want something better. That freedom my parents and grandparents told me about. I want the Federation back. I'll help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, I need you to create a distraction so that I can get past the Folians into the tunnels. The problem is, I know about your Enterprise F when it comes to help me on system patrols, and its DPS is less than my ship's pets. So let's hope that your ground abilities are a bit stronger than your ship's space abilities. So try to hit them with some DPS, mate. I know you ain't got none in space. Thanks. Wait for the diversion. Distraction. Diversion. I'm awaiting. I'm awaiting. There's the diversion. Now we can sneak past. Go, quick, 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 run! Input security codes. Right, we're in. Obviously we head to the tunnel here. Enter the tunnels. I got stuck in a Jeffries tube for 3 weeks once. Oh, look at my hands again. During cutscenes, my hands are a bit off.
Navigating through Jeffries tubes on the Enterprise look easy. I recommend using the map to keep track of where you've been, what doors lead away from which room, and where you are currently.
Navigate the maintenance tunnels. Use the map button in the lower right corner of your screen to check your progress. View handle map. Not a very good map. It magically appears as you explore. So, navigate through the tunnel through the maintenance tunnels to the dock. Why don't they just say navigate through the Jeffries tubes? Is that copyrighted or something? So which way do we go first? We came out of this one. So we look at the map. And we've got one ahead there and one to the side there. We'll take the one that goes ahead first. So we're going to go that way along. When the trick with this map is to know where you're when you go through a door, you stand still with your back to the door so you can orientate which direction you're facing on the map. So we go straight ahead. Is my character going grey? He was ducked. Now view the map. And there's only one way to go, which is straight ahead. And there's nothing in here. He was ducked. Find the consoles in the maintenance tunnels and use them to replace the atmosphere and lower the temperature in the control room. Why would the Tholians put a system in place that could create a hostile environment for them?
The Tholians are very precise. They want to learn everything they can about the ships they're capturing. All rooms connected to the hangars have their atmospheres exchanged to prevent damage to the systems they're dismantling for study. Also, sometimes they force humanoids to do the work for them, so they'll pump in something we can handle.
Makes sense. I wonder, can a Tholian crystal, a Tholian's leg, act as a dilithium crystal? So, navigate through the tunnels, change environmental settings in the control room, exchange control room atmosphere, lower ambient temperature. Well, let's keep going straight ahead. And now there's only one way to go, which is this way. Now, view the map again. Come that way. So, if I'm back to the door, we've come along this road, so the door here is to our back. So we turn this way. We make a turn now. And we found a console to close methane gas vents. Good. Hang on a minute. Remember where we're standing in case there's a cutscene. Vent control room atmosphere. Create oxygen-based atmosphere. Okay, that's the objective done here. Next is view the map. We just came along here, so our back is to this door. So if we turn that way, we so if we turn, so the console must be here. Hang on a minute. The back is to this door. We turn, we'll go back to this corridor here, which I'm going to do. So this should take us back to the corridor we've already been in, which it has. I want to cover every part of the maze. So now we've got this door behind us. Which means if we go that way, we go back along the corridor that we've just been on. We go again. Now, to go out there would need to we've got our back to this door here. going forward, we leave the tunnels, so we change course now. So we've got back to here, so we keep going. He's dead, Jim. But he's still moving. It's a moving corpse. It's a zombie! He's dead, Jim. Who's Jim? Accolade complete, dead Jim. I know it's worth going through these tunnels. Don't look dead to me. And that head must be a transporter accident. Materialised inside a wall and the nerve ending, and it must have happened recently because he's still moving even though he's dead. Because the nerve endings are caught in the transporter accident of the wall. At least that's my roleplay take on it. Right, we've come back now. Back to that door there. This was a dead end, which was good. Meaning we've covered good enough to get an accolade anyway. But since there's only one exit, we keep going forward. Now we've got to determine which way to go. Left or right. Well, if our back is to this door, then that door would be to leave. So this door would be to continue on. To go back the way we've already covered. And we went that way before. We changed course before. We didn't. So we haven't been in this little corner area, have we? No, we have. We went that way and that way and that way and that way. So if we go this way, back is to this door, so we turn that way. We're going the opposite way round to the way we did before. And now we're back at that console we used. Now our back is to this door, which means if we go that way, we can go along there. So this way. Let's see if we're right. Yep. So our back is to this door, so we go this way. To choose a new course. Search crate. Level appropriate item. Accolade, temporal treasure hunting. Level appropriate item. Looks like impulse engine. Impulse engine turn rate, yep. Let's see. Is that impulse engine better than the one I've already got? No. Ah, it's got better turn rate. That's all, but not as much flight speed. But the turn rate is more beneficial. Especially on a torque boat. So I'm putting it on straight away. And saving the loadout. Even though I only saved in space, I might as well just give it a try to save it. Seconds for each save. Yeah, very long-winded playthroughs these are because I'm being careful the way I may level up this character. So it's back the way we came. View map. Now we must turn course, so if the door is behind us, if we go straight ahead, we'll end up there. So we want to go this way, so we want to change course. console is. Back is to this door, which means we go straight ahead to cover new ground. And there's only one way to go, so might as well go. Now it's, remember, console is there and we're on the left side of it. In case there's a cutscene that moves our position. And there is. Winter event. I'd like to see green versus foliage, cold versus hot. That would be fun. Now, let's look at the map. Since we killed a bunch of Folians, now we went along there and along there. So we can either go this way, which will probably lead out into the Folian control room, or we can go this way to continue exploring. Well, our back is to this door. And that's this wall. So, hang on a minute. This doesn't seem right to me. The console will be against the wall. Ah, we came through this door. So we must go straight ahead in order to get into this section. And there's only one route to go, so we might as well go that route. And it's the wise Tribble. Elder Tribble, please share your wisdom. The Tribble coos for a moment and then rolls gently toward you for looking for food. You realise you're talking to a Tribble. Maybe you've been in these access tunnels too long, or maybe it's the gas fumes. Accolade, the wisest Tribble. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Use tunnel to go back the way we came. Now we've got a choice of directions, and we just got this behind us. So if we go straight ahead, we'll end up going back where we came. So we've got to change course now. It goes this way. And there's only one route to go. And only one route to go. And only one place to go. Let's just check the map, make sure we've been everywhere. Accolade complete. Everyone remember where we parked? Yep, we've completed the map. So going through this tunnel should take us into the control room. Because we've done the full map now. That was nice and straightforward, didn't repeat myself too much. And there we are, we came through there. Investigate temporal probe. There's a temporal probe here somewhere. But where? I don't see it. Must be in the doors there. I don't see the probe. It's here somewhere. It could be in there, or it could be through there. Ah, just because it's come up on the mission doesn't mean it's right here. So open door to docking control room. Not that console, this console. And there's the probe.
All major systems are still operational. Good.
Picking up coronal distortion. There is a probe nearby. Really? What are you doing here? Scan distortion. We found the probe. Let's just hope the Tholians don't come in the meantime. Test the different combinations of digits until you find the sequence that matches the data key. Okay, so test series is not 000. Change a digit, the first one, change it to 1, test. There is no 1. Change that first digit to 2, test. Match digit, add location, so that's the correct one. So we change the second digit now. No, that's wrong. Change it again. No, that's wrong. Change it again. That's correct, 2, 3. Change the third digit. Wrong. Change the third digit again. Wrong. Change the third digit again. Wrong. And again. Right. Now change the fourth digit. Just go through it systematically. Always the last one you come to. The information in this probe is erroneous. It seems to point to some kind of temporal war, one between the now defunct Federation and the Nicole. The Nicole seem to have won. The Federation. The Nicole seem to have won. The Federation, after all, is long gone. The Nicole records indicate that in a different timeline, their home star system was destroyed by the Tholians with the aid of a futuristic device, but without the Federation, that device was never invented, and thus it was never taken to the past. Make a copy of this data for whatever it's worth. This gambit works. This timeline would never exist. So that device they're talking about was the Toxutat. Oh, always go for the shadow. Never go for the... Toxic damage. This character's a bit squishy. But I did it. I got past it. I defeated an Nicole, proving the data wasn't incorrect. I've already done that. I thought we were supposed to destroy the probe. Not in this timeline, obviously. Right. That will allow us to collect the reward. Collected rewards for investigate temporal probe in Temporal Ambassador. We can't collect Klingon War yet until the episode is over. always, Nukara marks. There's nothing else to claim. Always wise to check though. Hang on a minute. So now we're up to 400 marks. Not much of a reward there, mark-wise. Only 25 at a time. So now we can continue with this episode to the end. Assign tasks to prepare Enterprise C for escape. The tasks are release docking clamps, restore ship power levels, disable tractor beams, deactivate Tholian webbing. Well, let's just have a look out there, because that's the Enterprise C there. There she is, the Enterprise C. Can't really get a good view, but there she is. Before lighting 2.0, the view was much better. And there's the Tholian web and the Azor Nebula outside. Azor Nebula rescue takes place here. And each asteroid has one of these bases in it, but without the slave army. So let's assign these tasks. We've got 3 people here. Let's see what he's good at.
Work together. What do you want me to do?
Depends what your speciality is.
I was the helm officer on the Enterprise before everything went to hell. But I'm really handy with heavy machinery, like those clamps holding the ship. I know I could take care of those and get us free. If you need me to do something else, maybe I could work on that web shield. It will need to come down before we can fly out of here. Or the ship's power. I know every inch of the old girl. If I could figure out the Tholian interface, I might be able to connect to the ship and restore the power remotely. We need to work together.
Do the clamps.
What do you want me to do?
Since you're keen on that one. Today.
I am here to assist. What do you require?
Depends on your
My first
speciality.
posting in Starfleet was to an Ambassador-class vessel. I am familiar with most of the ship's systems, but I spent several months working on a refit of the ship's computer. I am confident I can restore the ship's power levels quickly. Also, I do have some experience with Tholian technology from my time in the Resistance. If you prefer, I could attempt to deactivate the web shield or tractor beams.
But you seem to want to do the ship's power levels.
What do you require?
It seems like it's in order. Talk to Tashiar, security officer.
We don't have much time.
What's your specialty?
I know a few tricks to take that tractor beam system offline. I'm also fairly confident that with enough time, I can release the docking clamps holding the ship, or take down the Tholian's web shielding. We don't have much time.
You can do the tractor beam. And that leaves me to disable the webbing.
Overriding security protocols.
The webbing should go down now. There we go. The tractor beam's going to go off in a minute. The docking clamps have been released and the tractor beam should
I'm
switch off
changing
in
the
a minute.
targeting subroutines for the tractor beams.
Yep, the docking clamps are open. Come on, Tasha. You're a bit of slow coach, aren't you? It's the original actress's voice. She's done a lot for this game.
Tractor beam is disabled.
And we appreciate it, don't we? Head to ship. She's added authenticity to the game by voicing her character here. Oh, it's Long Dark Tunnel. It's It's a long tunnel with a light at the end. Am I dead? I see the light. Force fields. It's pretty silly having a force field where the lock's on this side, so you can just lower it. How much of a security force field is it? Do you want me to do that for you? I know a few things about force fields. Okay, you can do the next one. But before we do, let's just have a look out. For curiosity's sake. Accolade complete. Now you see me. I've seen you all along. Enterprise C. NASA's on blue. She's not offering to do it. No? Do I have to? Good God. I thought I was the captain here. Having trouble, you know that we could have Tholian swarming us any minute, right? Right. Wow, that one's taking its time. Entering the Enterprise C. Bum bum bum. Here we go. At last, the Enterprise. You can see its name there, and we've launched. Do, 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 do. Before we move and trigger any Tholian attack, let's change the power levels to tactical. Lower auxiliary down. Lower auxiliary right down. $105. We can't get any higher. Then we look at the tools. Whoops. Now you can't remove any of this stuff because it won't let you. But might as well take a screenshot because you never know, you might want to build it the same way later on as what these guys have. I mean, let's look at the stations. No, you can't see Tashiar there anyway. Or Castile. There's my normal ship. But we're on the Enterprise C now. I'm going to take a screenshot of this loadout. But I can't take a screenshot with the interface, so I'm going to have to use Windows Cookie Cutter to do it. Windows Snipping Tool. There it is. Take a quick screenshot. Whoops, wrong button. And save it. There we go. Just in case I ever want to replicate this build one day. What if we got a common warp core when everything else is very rare? Except the batteries. The next thing we do is rearrange these things because they're crap. They're in the crap positions. You haven't got access to everything the Enterprise can do. Everything this build can do, so we're just remove them and then put on what's needed. Obviously we're not using the torpedo. This is auxiliary power to structure integrity field. I'm not used to using that one. Directed energy modulation, that usually requires an officer. But not today. Ooh, eject all plasma. Emergency power to shields, should be polarized shields. Polarized. Reverse shield polarity. There's a lot of sciencey type abilities on this ship. Ah, we do have polarized. We have both polarized and emergency power. Polarized is the more important one. Tactical initiative. Tactical team. Tractor beam. Right, that's all the key stuff on there in the right places. We'll put that one down there. Actually, we'll put it there. Oh no, that one fell off. Photonic shockwave, eh? A couple more heals there. No science team. Why would they leave that one out? If they've got a lot of science abilities, but they leave out the basic science ability, which is science team. So next we put on everything else. Well, we've got a whole bunch of batteries, so we might as well set them up and use them. I mean, we can't take them with us, so we might as well use them. Now we put on the weapons. And he's got 8 weapon slots, which I haven't had a ship with that many before. Not on this character. And this ship's going to be powerful compared to my leveling ship. I hope you get this gear with it when they give it to you. I doubt it though. I like the way in this episode, if you don't move the Enterprise when you come out and the cutscene ends, if you stay still, you've got time to rearrange the build. That's a good addition to this episode. Familiarise yourself with the systems before you engage the Tholians. And I go into way too much detail with it because I'm stupid. Bit obsessive about these things. Okay, that's everything on there. And hang on, I'm not going to worry about duty officers. But that's the powerful weapon. So that's the powerful weapon, so send power there first. Then we're going to be broadsiding, so it's the phaser rays, followed by the turret, and the forward torp and the aft torp. Can't create loadout slots. The best tip I can give you, or anyone who's playing these episodes where you have to pilot a different ship to your own, is make sure you put your weapons onto auto fire. So many times I've done episodes and forgot to do that. So now the Enterprise C is loaded to bear. And once we start moving, the Tholians will turn up. I wonder will they give me a chance to do a scan?
Warning.
No.
Ship is under attack.
I'll get that scan anyway.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Pierced veil. Lovely. Cutscene. A time ship. A Wells-class time ship. He blew up the tarantula for us.
Looks like we could use some help.
Torps. Flying very defensively, not too aggressively.
We took a hit. Phases are partially offline. We'll need to work together to take out this last ship.
What were you saying? Terran frigate. You were saying Pastek?
clear, and the temporal anomaly has been stabilized. Head for the anomaly, Enterprise. It will put you back where you need to be.
Who are you? How do you know where we need to be?
That's my job. The details aren't important. Restoring the timeline is. Get moving. The Tholians are already starting to regroup.
Thanks for your help. Setting the course now. Yep, the USS passed up Captain Walker, the time-travelling person. That ship is the Wells-class science vessel, I believe, and it's available from the lobby store as a player ship. And we're in the Enterprise C. And it even says so on the hull. Here we can't decorate it. But forget the anomaly for now. I'm a Starfleet officer and I'm withdrawing from my scan addiction. I didn't even press command. Weapons systems thingy-majiggy. And there's another one somewhere. There it is. There's the anomaly up there. No more anomalies, even though there's one right there. It's just a different kind of anomaly. Send the Enterprise C back. No, we never got to use our torpedo, although we did get to use some torpedoes. Well, 2 of them. Yep, we're flying a piece of history. With Tasha Yar on board. And, well, let's forget about Castile. Stealing our favourite hot character from the Enterprise D. And taking her back in time only to get raped and killed. And her daughter turns out to be half Romulan and evil. If it weren't for the Lieutenant Castile making a pass at Tasha Yar, we would have not had all the trouble. Instead, she would have stayed on the Enterprise D and probably ended up marrying Data.
You're part of a very different timeline. This one is an aberration that we are here to correct. It would be irresponsible of us to let you go back in time with the Enterprise C and compromise that timeline as well.
What are you going to do with me then?
We'll send you back to your time. There are still some very important events in the 25th century that you need to be a part of.
So how do I get back?
As soon as the Enterprise C returns to its correct place in history, the timeline should right itself.
Yeah. And there we are, back on my torpedo boat. Yeah, if Lieutenant Castillo didn't make a pass at Tasha Yar, convincing her to fall in love with him and go back in time, where she ended up getting killed by Romulan after being raped and giving birth to Sela, which caused a hell of a lot, and Sela caused a hell of a lot. If it weren't for Castile, none of that would have happened. Instead, she would have stayed on the Enterprise D, where they would have a nice security officer to look at. And she probably would have ended up marrying Data, and Data's child, Lau, she might have had a cure for that that positronic brain dysfunction. And Lau might be a lovely new addition to Starfleet. But Lieutenant Castillo ruined it all, doing his time travelling to find a woman. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Lieutenant Castillo. He took Tasha Yar away from us and a possible relationship with Data. But on the other hand, it did allow Worf to rise up and take Tasha's place, and we've now got a nasty Klingon who went on to Deep Space Nine and everything. before we scan for anomaly. Scan for anomaly. Scan for anomaly. It's not here. Scan hydrogen gas. Hydrazine gas. Hydrazine. Any more? There's one over there. I like the rear look of this ship. Scan Verderon. Take me to Verderon City. Accolade complete. The Klingon War. That's strange, sir. I thought I had something on sensors, but it's gone. Everything is quiet. No Tholians or other ships within range, and the anomaly Starfleet Command wanted us to investigate isn't here either. We can depart the system on your orders. In other words, my crew doesn't remember any of it. And I've got to keep my mouth shut, or I might violate the timeline. Depart system. And we've departed the system, but we're still in the nebula. Well, that must have been a system of asteroids.
There wasn't anything there? That's strange.
Must have been a system of asteroids. Not a system of nebula. Congratulations on restoring the timeline and ensuring that the USS Enterprise C maintained its proper place in history. You will receive an Ambassador-class ship of your very own. That's what I wanted. I love that ship. It's only a tier 3, but it's really great. I just wish they'd bring out a tier 6. I know there's a tier 5, but you can't get it because it was I believe it was awarded the same way this tier 3 is awarded, but it was during a special event where they upgraded it to a tier 5. Continue.
Congratulations, Captain.
Accolade complete. Captain ability rank 1. There we go. We now have an Enterprise C. The timeline is secure at the moment, Captain. We'll contact you if things change. Okay, Agent Philip Cray. Oh yeah. He was the one that took us into the future from the original series stuff, because we are an agent of yesterday and we started in the original series timeline. I just wait to see if they actually contact me. Has this recording been going on for 3 hours already? Wow. 3 hours of me waffling on about nothing. But there it is. The ship reward. I won't unpack it now in this episode because I want to wait until I can play an episode with this torpedo boat, get some space power in it to see how it works, and then I'll unpack it and build it. So it won't be in this video. We've got some dilithium ore for that. And we've completed the Klingon War story arc, which means we get one of these things. Just checking them all just in case. There we go. 500,000 energy credits, 5,000 to live in your own, 500 flea marks. Wow, that's a good gift. So we've claimed everything we can claim for now. Let's just make sure it's there. 5,000 lithium ore, not refined lithium, but we can refine it because we haven't earned enough lithium today to cover it, so we can do that. So this character's got quite a lot of lithium for such early on. And loads of fleet marks, which is great. And we can afford things now. Not that we're going to spend any of that. I'm going to get right miser with this character until we get close to endgame. But I think I'm going to put an end to this video here because it has gone on for quite some time. We'll just knock off some of these officer assignments first. And then we'll put a close out of the video. And we'll start the next story arc in the next video after we've done this. Just waiting for that pop-up to get out of the way. Loads of engineering assignments, eh? We should really start with the colour quality ones first. Just make sure they don't cost you any EC. They don't cost you anything, all they require is duty officers. Yeah, that's all 20 slots filled. The next story arc will be Yesterday's War, and it looks like it's only one episode. Well, we'll play that in the next video because this video's gone on a bit, and we never got a chance to use our torpedo build, so I'm not going to use the Enterprise C right now. I'm going to wait until I get a chance to test this torpedo build to see what dismal, pitiful performance it will do. So that will be in the next video with any luck. So, but for now, thanks for watching my Agent of Yesterday. Let's just get out the way for a moment. There we are, we can park here now and end on a nice view of the ship. Thanks for watching part 14. Please subscribe, comment, whatever you want. I hope this wasn't too dull. The reason I'm doing this is more for me, so I can view back on what a character does all the way through the game. But anyone's welcome to watch and comment. Thanks for watching anyway. I'm going to shut up now, so bye.